Taekwondo athletes want to get faster. So they kick more, they move faster in drills, they shorten their rest periods, they push through fatigue. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most athletes are not actively training speed, they are training fatigue. And fatigue teaches your nervous system exactly one thing: to move slower. Today we're going to talk about the biggest speed training mistakes in Taekwondo, what science tells us about real speed development, and how to structure your training so that you actually become faster, not just more exhausted. So hi, I'm Caro, third dan in Taekwondo with over 17 years of training experience. Let's talk about what speed really is in Taekwondo. Before we talk about mistakes, we need clarity. Speed in Taekwondo is not just how fast you move your leg. It's how quickly you can produce force, how efficiently you can absorb force, and how fast your nervous system can coordinate movement. From a physiological perspective, speed depends heavily on rate of force development, how fast you can generate force after muscle activation. And research constantly shows that RFG is strongly influenced by maximal strength and neuromuscular efficiency. In simple terms, speed is a neural quality, not a conditioning exercise. So mistake number 1, training speed while fatigued. This is the most common error. Athletes do speed drills after conditioning at the end of the training or in long high-intensity intervals. But speed is highly dependent on the nervous system. When fatigue accumulates, motor unit recruitment decreases, firing frequency drops, and coordination becomes less precise. The 2024 deceleration review emphasizes that the neuromuscular qualities decline under fatigue, and that high-speed motor tasks require freshness to improve. If you practice speed while tired, your body adapts to moving slower. That's not speed training. That's fatigue conditioning. Real speed training must happen when you are fresh. So mistake number 2, ignoring the importance to rest. This is directly connected to the first mistake. Acceleration training, whether it's short sprints, explosive kicks, or fast footwork, depends on maximal neural output. And neural output does not recover in 10 seconds. Research in high-level combat sport preparations shows that elite athletes use longer rest intervals to preserve movement velocity and quality. And why? Because adaptation of the neuromuscular system requires maximal intent, high-quality repetitions, and full or near-full recovery. If rest is too short, speed drops, the ground contact time increases, technique deteriorates, and neural stimulus weakness. Acceleration training without sufficient rest does not stimulate maximal RFD development, it simply becomes metabolic work. In speed training, rest is not a break from training. Rest is part of the training stimulus. If you cannot execute the next repetition explosively and sharply, you are not training speed anymore. Mistake number 3, only training acceleration, ignoring braking. Speed in Taekwondo is not linear. It's explosive bursts followed by rapid stopping, repositioning, and reacceleration. The biomechanical research on change of direction shows that elite performers generate high horizontal braking forces in the final steps before stopping. Effective decelerators lower their center of mass, increase hip and knee flexion, and activate hamstrings and quadriceps eccentrically before ground contact. Deceleration is a distinct skill. It must be trained intentionally. General strength training or random plyometrics do not automatically improve braking ability. In Taekwondo, braking happens after every kick, during every retreat, during every angle change, and after every jump. If braking is weak, reaction speed slows, balance deteriorates, and joint stress increases. If you want to learn more about this deceleration mechanics, you can watch this video. Mistake 4, believing plyometrics alone are enough. So many athletes assume that doing more jumps automatically makes them faster. Yes, plyometrics are powerful, but only if structured correctly. The deceleration review showed that general plyometric programs did not consistently improve performance. Why? Because most programs emphasize vertical jump height, but Taekwondo speed depends heavily on horizontal force, rapid braking, and directional control. If your plyometric work ignores eccentric control, landing mechanics, and horizontal force application, you're missing a key component of speed in Taekwondo. Mistake number 5, avoiding heavy strength training. This is one of the biggest misconceptions in Taekwondo. Many athletes fear that heavy lifting will make them slow. But the 8-week French contrast training study demonstrated that increasing maximal strength significantly improved rate of force development, jump performance, and peak power output. without the hypertrophy that makes you bulky. The French contrast training combines heavy strength work with plyometrics and ballistic movements in one sequence. The result? Improved force across the entire force velocity curve. Speed has a ceiling. That ceiling is your maximal force capacity. If your force ceiling is low, your explosive potential is capped. Strength does not slow you down. Poorly structured strength training might, but properly programmed, maximal strength training enhances speed. So mistake number 6. Neglecting eccentric stance. The deceleration literature identifies eccentric stance as a key factor in braking performance. During rapid stopping, hamstrings contract eccentrically, quadriceps control knee flexion, and hip extensors absorb forward momentum. If eccentric capacity is insufficient, ACL risk increases, hamstring injury risk rises, and the deceleration becomes inefficient. Eccentric strength is not optional for speed. It is a fundamental. And the last mistake. No reactive components. Speed in Taekwondo is reactive. Predictable drills improve technique, but not reactive speed. The biomechanics literature shows that high-level performance activates stabilizing muscles even before ground contact during unplanned direction changes. That anticipatory activation is not a muscular readiness. Without reactive stimuli, perceptual speed doesn't improve, and decision-making under pressure stagnates. You must include unpredictable cues, partner reactions, and decision-based drills. Speed must be trained in context. So what real speed training looks like? Based on the current evidence, effective speed development in Taekwondo includes maximal strength work, eccentric strength emphasis, deceleration-specific drills, horizontal plyometrics, reactive elements, and sufficient rest between efforts. Acceleration training demands freshness. Breaks are not optional. They are essential, because only when the nervous system is recovered can it fire maximally. The final takeaway. Most athletes are not slow. They're training the wrong quality. Speed is neural, force-dependent, braking-dependent, and highly sensitive to fatigue. So train it fresh, respect the rest intervals, build strength, and train deceleration intentionally. And then, you will not just move faster. You will move sharper, cleaner, and more controlled. So stay patient, listen to your body, and trust the work we are putting in together. I'm looking forward to the next video with you this coming Sunday. Until then, ciao ciao.